Hey everyone, Mango7 here. How we doing today? Welcome to a million feathers, close to almost. I mean, we're obviously there. We're at 997,297. We have 2,000 feathers to get right here. And you know, I would go get it, but then we're capped and we have to make the decision right away. So maybe we can talk about this and then make some decisions here. So a lot of people have been asking me what I'm going to be doing with it. So I want to talk through that with you guys today. We spent a lot of yesterday's stream just looking over a bunch of units' arts and their voices to try to sway me in one direction or another. And I found a lot of arts were really lazy and really unfortunate, I guess is the best word. I'm trying to think of the ones that were really bad. A lot of them were specifically Pegasus Knights. I'm finding Pegasus Knights had some really bad art. Like Shanna here. Just not my favorite art. Doesn't seem like it's her, and this special is like the actual worst. Like there's no facial expression change. There's nothing but this little thing in the back there. That's not even where the special would probably come from. I don't know. Stuff like that really frustrates me. Shanna was definitely on my list of 5-star plus 10 because I loved her character so much in her game. But with this art, I just can't do it. That said, I did notice something very, very specific in two of the arts I really, really loved. By the way, we also looked at Nana's art, and I think she's got basically flawless art. I love everything about Nana's art. She's just so wonderful, but I don't know her character, so I can't commit yet. Her happiness in her attack animation is just beautiful, and then if you follow through with this, she's just like, crap, what am I doing here? Why am I hitting somebody? Then she's healing somebody up, just so good. And her damage animation, some of the best in the entire game. I love her so much, but unfortunately, all of the troubadours are just insanely beautiful in all of their arts. And I only have room for one right now, and that one I think is going to be Clarine. Clarine has something very similar to Larachelle. Some of you may have noticed from Twitter or Discord that I've been talking about it and trying to find more people that fit this very specific thing they're doing, and that's their hair. They're twirling their hair on the top, and I love that.
Just who do you think you are, getting my attention that way?
And her voice is obviously amazing. But if you look, she's twirling her hair in the top left right there, or at least holding her hands on it. And it's the exact same with our girl Larachelle. And Larachelle, I loved her character so much. It's not even a question as to whether I will 5-star plus 10 her. It's happening. I'm not sure when, since we only have 3 of them, but it's definitely happening. She's doing the same amazing thing with her hair right there. What I'm trying to get at here is I love the art in this game. Over the next couple days, I'm going to try to put together a spreadsheet of all the artists, all their Twitters, all their places they post stuff, just because I feel like I'm disrespecting them not doing that, since I'm such a fan of all of their work. And same with voice actors, of course. And I want to have them all followed on social media because it just makes sense to, you know? I feel like I'm giving them a disservice to not doing that. But anyway, let's go through what my options are. And maybe you guys in the chat below, in the Discord below, in the wherever you want to talk to me, in the YouTube comments, you can give me a push here or there. So the ones we're thinking of for red. Red is by far the toughest color right now. There are just so many of them. Fear is one of the ones I'm pretty set on. I really loved her in her game. Her art is so simplistic and great. Her attack animation is just full of determination. She also doesn't change too much in her special, but she does get a lot of this right here, and she also gets a little bit of more determination in her face, and that's the important part. As long as the facial expression changes, that kind of makes me happy enough. And her damage art is amazing. I love this damage art. You don't actually see many people with physical harm done to them, and this is the first one I've really noticed where there's actual physical harm done to her, instead of just like shredded clothes or something like that. The problem with Fear is she basically requires Wrath. Like if I'm going to make Fear, I'm going to need Wrath, and I do not have Wrath fodder. And also I think my first Wrath fodder is going straight to OG Lyn. And I really want to play with OG Lyn, but I'm not doing it until I have Wrath. So that's one of the problems with Fear. She's probably going to have Distant Counter as well if I do build her, but that's not a concern with a plus 10 unit. Next up we have Erica, and Erica I don't know if you saw me be an idiot yesterday, but for the entirety of my Fae career, so since basically day one, since Erica was the first person I really pulled off of a banner, I thought her art was like a 5 out of 10, and you guys are like, Mango, her art's obviously 10 out of 10, it's beautiful, what's wrong with you? And that's because I didn't think elbows bent this way. I don't know if you can see here, but it looks like, to me, at first glance, on a smaller screen, that her elbow is going backwards behind her body. And I'm like, what the hell? Elbows don't bend that way. I was so confused. Super duper confused until yesterday on stream. I was rating art and I was like, wait a second. And then I realized she's fist pumping and she's not having her elbow behind her body. And obviously her art is 10 out of 10 for me now. So that was ridiculous that I even thought that. But I was on a smaller screen maybe. I don't know. I have no excuse. Her art is fantastic for me. I love it. She's got one of my favorite damaged arts in the game, and that's really important to me. I really like having a good damaged art. One of the most unique stances, I think, in damaged arts too. I haven't seen anybody with this sort of stance where she's still trying to protect everybody. She's got her arms out and everything, saying like, you're not gonna pass. I don't care what you have to do to me. I'm gonna stop you. And I love that about Erica, just the pure determination in her heart. The good part about Erica is I already have a +2 Erica, so this will only cost me 140,000 feathers, so it'll cost me 60,000 feathers less. Sheeta is one, but I think she's taken a back right now. I really like her art. It's very simple, but again, she's got one of these, you know? Like one of these specials that adds literally nothing, zero facial differences whatsoever. Her damage art is pretty sweet, though. I do like that. But I think just because of her special art, it's just not worth it for me. It really upsets me. I know that's stupid. But I think she needs to take a sideline for that. Tiki was one I was really seriously considering too, but I think again, I just need to say no to Tiki since there's so many good reds. I do love her damaged art as well, but you know, it's too much. Who's next here? Lilina is one, forefront in the center here. She has some of my favorite art in the game. Her default is one of my favorites. Her attack animation is one of my favorites. Her special is not one of my favorites, unfortunately. Luckily, they did do some shading in her hair and on the tips of her hair, but I don't like how the fire looks, and I don't like that I don't like something in a +10, you know? I should love everything. But her damage art is 10 out of 10. Like, I love the determination, and it's the same sort of thing as Erica. She's just like, screw you guys, I'm gonna kill everything. So she's obviously up there too for my choices. So on to the actual builds here. There's a couple I'm thinking of. There are Larachelle and Clarine are happening. It's done. I'm sorry. You guys get Larachelle and Clarine. That's undisputable at this point. This is one of the Larachelles I've been debating on doing. It's really tough because I'm not sure how to do her IVs. I really want to get her speed up because getting to 40 is very important. Without a speed boon, she's sitting at she's sitting at what, 37 speed, and that's just the worst position to be in. I hate being at that range of speed. So getting something like speed minus res does lower her res a little bit, but keeps her HP up and keeps her defense up, and that's really important for what I want to do with her. This is one of the best lines ever from her. If I were not a holy woman, I would beat you senseless. And that's what I want to do with Larachelle. I want her to beat people senseless, and that is perfect with a close counter vantage build. I just want people to like run into her and have her like beat them off with her book in the face. Just super duper amazing like that. It's not the best build, obviously. Like I could do, just give her Blade Tome or something. I could do so many different things, but we're not going for optimal builds. We're going for fun builds and theme builds that I think make sense. She's probably going to have a Hone Cavalry instead of a Hone or Fortify Cavalry instead of the Res Tactic too. But with this build, she's also getting supported with Ephraim. I would rather support her with Erica when we get that legendary hero, because you know we're going to get a legendary Erica. But for now, we can support with Ephraim, and with that, we go up to 30 defense, 34 res, 40 speed, 53 attack, 45 HP. And that is, of course, with summoner support as well. And that is no horse buffs. With horse buffs, she's going to for sure get Fortify horse buffs. So that's going to be 36, 40, and then close defense up to 42. And I could also do something that Neparu recommended, and it does make sense, is run Heavy Blade or something like that, Seal, and just run something like Aether, just for complete score in Arena, and this way she will still blast people with huge Aethers eventually. And it's just so much fun. I love this build, and granted, like I said, there are so many different builds I can do with her, and that's the beauty of her. I can interchange a lot of them pretty easily, and I really like close counter advantage. You've heard me say it so many times in the past, and I want people to run into my team in Arena and just get wrecked, you know? Like, I don't care if it doesn't really get anything. I want people to see Mango 7 in Arena and just get destroyed by a bloodthirsty Clarine and like a ridiculous Larachelle, you know? Like, that's my dream in life. So next up here is the Clarine, and this is one I'm also having trouble with. I want to go Fear on her because it really helps Larachelle tank if it comes to it. I know, like, helping Larachelle tank is not something you probably hear too often, but it's what I want to do. And we're also going to go Dazzling Wrathful on her. We're going to keep the Miracle because I want her to try stay alive. We're going to keep the Martyr, probably Fortify to keep her alive as well, maybe Hone depending on the other 2 units. And of course, the A skill is what I'm having problems with. I do really like close counter on her, but I feel like having close counter on both of these units may be too much, or maybe it's just enough and exactly what we need. But again, not sure. And the same with this, I can't give her close defense because of that. But we can find something to give her. So anyway, I've been talking for a really long time, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think I should do specifically in the red color. Red's really giving me trouble. The other part with green is that there's Myrrh, is that there's Winter Lissa, is that there's PA Axera. There's so many 5-star exclusive greens that I'm just so stoked about, and I'm so close to already plus 10ing them. I guess halfway there is not really so close, but that's why I'm not really focusing on green 4 stars to promote. But anyway, have a wonderful day. See you guys next time. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Bye now.